Sorry, YouTube. Just been waiting for Streamlabs to load up for the last 20 minutes. So apologies, I'm a bit late. Morning, morning. Right, let's make a start. Hello Karim, how's it going? Right, morning YouTube. Sorry I'm late this morning. I was waiting for Streamlabs to update. Potential nice sells coming up here this morning. You can see how previous 4-hour candle closed bearish, closed below, back into this range on the 4-hour. Hello. Sorry, just have to test my microphone. Yeah, so 4-hour time frame, we can clearly see we had a resistance here to the left hand side. Price moved up, and then during Asian we closed back below into that range. So what we want to see, well, we go to our lower time frame. We can clearly see the 1-hour candle was already giving you some form of A confirmation, right? Because we had a little range going on here. We had a support formed to potentially create this move up. We failed to break, and now we close below the support on the 1-hour. You can see that close below there on the 1-hour time frame. So now your job is to look for further confirmation via lower time frame to look to continue this move. So probably want to see how this 30-minute candle closes. If it closes back inside this 30-minute range, that's okay, because then the best thing we can do is then wait for another candle to break down below the range, and then we can have easy sells to continue down with this clean range. Looking left. For buys, I'd want to see a support formed above here, because this resistance is going to be key. It's going to be strong. Anything closing above here could be very dangerous for big liquidity wicks to come down. Got to be very careful with sells, buys this morning. But sells could be really nice. I mean, if the 6 AM candle closes below, can close bearish, might be worth a little shot already early on in the session. But I'd much prefer, I have to admit, I much prefer to see this candle close like this, and then we can have the next candle create our entry requirement, and then it would be much better. But if that doesn't happen, we'll see. In order for me to take a sell here though, I would need this 30-minute candle to close pretty strong for the 6 AM. You know, stops are going to be above the range for around 152 if you're looking for sells this early on. It's going to need to go above the range. Stops at 152 is a must, and then you can have the next candles to continue down basically. But yeah, it looks like this 30-minute candle is closing bullish, but it's closing a weak bullish, and it respected that range. But my only issue here as well is that this 15-minute candle, the 15-minute candle could not close below this support. So for me, there's no entry yet. So I'm gonna have to wait. You know, some of you might like entries on the break of the lows, things like that. That's fine. Obviously stick to your own analysis. But for me, this is all good. We've got a confirmation candle breaking support. But the next candle clearly couldn't, you know, couldn't close back inside the range. It respected that range. So if we create a form of resistance here now, then downside is going to be pretty nice. Or it's a case of you're using the 1 hour, right? You're using the 1 hour time frame. You like that idea. You're taking entries and you're putting stops above here. So if it were me, for those paying attention, obviously I said what I'd be waiting for. I want to see a further candle giving me a entry opportunity, lower time frame, so that I don't have to have any more pullback into the range to continue out. But if you like the idea and you're like, yeah, well, I just want to kind of get in case it runs off, well then your 1 hour time frame was your confirmation, your break below, and then obviously stop loss would need to go above that 1 hour candle at around 152. A little bit more aggressive entries could be maybe breaks of this low, you know, but we'll see. Yeah, for me, I'd need to see a bit more confirmation here than that. In some circumstances, this situation is okay. If this was during major volume, like around 8 o'clock, you might look to take breaks of this low or breaks of there. Looking for breaks of lows to continue price down. However, we're still very early in the session, so therefore we could potentially be making further top wicks, etc. So we don't know yet. So that's why I'm personally waiting still. I'm going to be a bit more patient. Wait for my entry opportunity. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, a bit of patience and the sell bias could very much play out. Let's take a look at GN quick. see what's happened overnight. Okay, so GN, we had a break. We had a break above this resistance on GN. However, we can clearly see our current candle is moving back into this range. Now we know that overall higher time frame bias was bearish, so there could be a potential opportunity for GN also to come down, but we got to watch this level here as well. We don't know what's going to happen there, but ultimately if we do break down back below this resistance, support is the next target, which is going to be over here. But we're obviously going to have to mark this little level up, because that created a support to push and break us out. So we want to, that's going to be an important level. And you can see as well, as we're coming down, it's very apparent that we've got a strong support. So looking at GN, I mean, the best range that you're going to have is going to be below this support level. That 4-hour level is going to be the best range, because once we break that support, we have a real easy move coming down to that 4-hour support levels. Real easy move. But yeah, based on 30-minute, we can clearly see most recent resistance support. And obviously our most recent support is right here. So yeah, we're in a bit of a range right now. So I mean, for buys, you could potentially look for buys above here. That also would be the 4-hour candle creating a wick. Right, so that's a potential opportunity. But yeah, we'll see.
It's a race that I've created in my head, you know? But you have to step away from it.
But yeah, GN's not looking the cleanest right now. Based on 4-hour, previous 4-hour candle closed bullish above. More of a bullish bias. But based on the overall trend, you know, we've seen how you can have these fake out moves. Same with what GJ does sometimes, which is where, you know, you have a break above resistance and then prices come back in the range. Exactly like this morning, really, with GJ. Like you can see right now with pound yen, we had the 4-hour close back inside this range. We had GJ close back inside this whole resistance zone. So now what do we want to see? Well, we want to see candles now leaving this zone. That's what we want to see. We want to see further ejections of this area for price to potentially continue down. However, sometimes you have a break candle like this, pull back into the range for support to form, and then a breakout. So where will our opportunity lie then? Well, our opportunity is not going to lie until we're at least above here, because that's our resistance that created the pull back into the range. What if we had a 4-hour candle that potentially wicks all the way up into here to reject and start coming down? It would be very, very dangerous. That is why I'd wait for something solid above here with a potential support formation, something that's going to give real good confirmation. Because right now we're still very, very much looking for an opportunity to sell. But yeah, apologies about being late this morning. Streamlabs was updating. Took a while to sort out. But we're live now. So we'll see. A little bit of time left. So yeah, like I said, if you like them sort of more impulsive options, then you know you've got breaks of this 30-minute low. You've got the break of that 15-minute low after a top wick has been created. We did say we wanted to see candles leaving this area. So there's potential opportunities here. Stops need to go above the range, because any pullbacks into here, you don't want to be looking at, you know, oh, that means I'm wrong. Well, no, you're not wrong until we're breaking the top of the range, because that's the resistance that was created on the 4 hour. But, you know, there is the opportunity, potentially, if you like that. But me personally, I'm going to be waiting for a little bit longer. Just a little bit longer. Yeah, we'll see with this little situation. I think once the 1 hour candle closes, which is what I'm kind of looking at, I'm going to be in a much better position to see what's up. So that's what I'm waiting for. Let's see, it's up to you what you're waiting for. Yeah, I mean, I'd love to see this 30-minute create a solid resistance. That would be real nice. If the 30-minute can create a solid resistance, that is what I'd be looking at. YouTube man, you lot are quiet this morning. We got one person say hi, not even a morning from the rest of you lot. No charts, nobody's got nothing to say. You're not looking for anything. No discussions, no nothing. I'm disappointed, YouTube. A little bit of discussion never hurt anybody, right? Tell me what you're looking at. Tell me what you're looking for. Anybody trade gold yesterday? Even something, right?
No control over where we go, but we don't care to know. Ignorance is bliss. Your tears are gone, and they drifted back from where they came.
Yeah, we'll see with gold today. That'll be interesting for you lot in the New York session and that. So 15-minute candles just come to a close like a weak bullish candle. So that's why I'm going to be waiting for the 30-minute. Right, I'm going to be back in 15 minutes. Well, less than that actually. Probably about 10 to 12 minutes once this 30-minute candle closes. And trust, if we start creating resistance below here, should be good. Should be real nice for downside. I just don't want to be being caught out too early if we start pulling back. So I want to be making sure I'm waiting for proper confirmation, and then I can take the appropriate decision. Right? Right. YouTube, I'm going to be back in 10 minutes. Send in some charts, send in some ideas, send in some discussion. And we can go through that when I'm back in a few minutes. Alright. So let's bring it on. 30 minutes and then we'll see what's going on. Then we'll see what's the deal with GJ. Hopefully he can give us a nice little move here early on this morning again. But yeah, I'll be back in about 10 minutes. Ooh, typical GJ. I'm back. So looks like we're gonna have to wait. See what 7 AM does now.
Yo,
Morning.
yo, mate.
Yeah, how's it going?
Yeah, I'm good, man.
Good.
Yeah, this trade is just, it's slow.
Oh yeah, it's slow, but I think it will play out. I mean, I've been waiting for.
It's like 15-minute resistance or something.
Yeah, I'm basically waiting for like some form of an actual confirmation, lower time frame. I know, like obviously you took your entry, etc. But obviously, when I come to the charts, I need to take an entry after 6. So
Yeah.
I had to wait for some form of structure. Now, if that 15-minute closed below that little support,
Yeah, but
there,
then I was looking
yeah,
up.
I would have probably
Yeah.
taken the entry using the much higher stops. But because it didn't, I've waited. Now we're obviously residing in this little area. So what I'd probably need to see now is probably a solid 15-minute closure or even a 30-minute closure now below 822 in order for me to look for continuation. But really, to be honest, if that kind of closed above 882, you could argue that that's a 30-minute closure back inside the range, and that with stops below here, you could have pushed up to the top of the range. But because it didn't do that, it makes the sells, which is what 7 AM is doing now, very valid still. But for me, I've still got to wait for a confirmation. So I've got to wait for this 15-minute candle to close before I can take entries.
Yeah, hopefully that run away from me. I should be able to catch something in.
Yeah, even if it does, it's cool, innit? That is how the game goes. But I was saying to everybody else that, you know, they could have sell stops below this kind of 30-minute level. Break of that low could be very nice. Using the same stop loss, I said they could also take entries, you know, early on, you know, obviously like you did, having the correct stop loss placement. But I said, like, obviously the safest way is to wait still for a little bit more confirmation rather than holding a bit of drawdown quite early on. But it's cool, innit? Like, I mean, you never know, this might run off, and then it was a good thing that you got in early, anticipating, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
like for me now, I've got to wait for this 15-minute, really.
It just depends if you want to hold that drawdown.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I was like at least 10 pips down on them.
Yeah, I mean, but you had a nice stop loss, so.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I'd just be careful. My only concern would be if we get the next 15-minute candles start breaking up and above here. Yeah, I'd be a bit concerned about that. But apart from that, as long as it kind of stays below this level, because that's where the rejection wicks have come from, then I think it's all, you know, still just getting ready, getting prepped to come down, basically. I was just saying, man, this morning the YouTube lot, they just don't say anything anymore. It's gone from one extreme to the other. It's gone from like people just coming out with just such random stuff that like you just like you want to slap your forehead, but now like they just don't say anything.
Oh yeah, no
one. Karim said hi.
Hi.
So salute you, Karim.
Yeah, because obviously earlier I was looking at before the close and I was like, can we respect, you know, we closed back above the range and I was like, can we respect it? And obviously I saw we didn't, and yeah, we got in. But
yeah,
we definitely seem like we're struggling at like
800.
Like
Yeah. Thing is, sometimes, you know, we've seen this before where if there's not enough volume, it likes to make its way back to the resistance, which is why I was saying, is if that 30-minute close above there, then there is a little one-to-one opportunity within the range. Not the best, it's not a great opportunity, but there was an opportunity. You could even argue that this 30-minute is the opportunity, but I would say not, because of where, if you look on the 15-minute, this rejection is coming from, and that's the resistance to the left that needs to be respected. But you can obviously see now what it's doing. It is trying to pull back up to the top of the range. So I mean, that might even be the only opportunity for today. You know, you just never know. Or are we going to start? Obviously, I know like you're obviously in a trade, but for me, you know, you could argue that is this going to now start making its way back up to resistance? Is there going to be an opportunity for buys if we start breaking above here? Well, we don't know. So we have to obviously.
Yeah, so my original was like, I don't want to see it close above 950 because then that is definitely signifying that we can head back up.
Yeah.
Just anything up here could still be wicks. Like there's so many wicks up in around 152 that we could see anything but.
Yeah.
I mean, around, I think I was above the whole range, like 0.30 at the moment.
Okay, yeah. Fair enough.
Yeah, that daily candle failed to kind of close back below 151,300.
Yeah, I know. We said that yesterday, didn't we?
Yeah.
We said that's very likely for that to happen. But my thing as well is that I think it's very unlikely that this daily is going to keep pushing up. I don't see us actually pushing up today. I see it more of a case of this is a little retracement on the daily, but we've seen something similar to this before. Like for example, something like this, where we get the daily bullish, I'm trying to think of a good example. I've definitely seen some good ones. Like over here, when we had that bearish market structure pullback, we had a lot of daily candles that pulled back, but ultimately we still were going with the trend. But I think because of how much volume we've got over here, I think this daily candle just seems to be, don't know, it's kind of filled the wick already. So
yeah, a lot more.
Yeah.
It's just the range from buys at the moment above is very, very shit, isn't it?
Yeah.
So
it's pushing up though, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. You could argue that 30-minute was an opportunity, but it just didn't close above 882, which for me, which is where all the rejections were coming from. But then you could argue, and on the flip side, that 15-minute broke above that resistance that was created, and now you're getting the push up to the top of the range. But obviously we want to see reactions here start creating rejection.
Yeah, if we smash up here, like obviously I get stopped, and that wasn't the move.
Yeah,
but I like the setup, so
yeah, of course. It was one of them. If that runs, you could have caught like 40.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Because it's them big moves. But yeah, I didn't take anything. I was basically waiting for a bit more confirmation.
Yeah, so I like to see rejections up in here now.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. This could be where we need the actual proper rejections from, and then you're gonna have a much easier sell, knowing that we're rejecting the same area that created this pull down. But if we do start breaking above here, not to say I'd take buys on just a closure, but if we do create something, pull back, create a support, that could waver for more upside. My only problem with upside is it's against everything really at the minute.
You need some strong volume to push up above the look.
Yeah. We need something proper solid.
That's the thing though, because we're in this big range, you just know that we can see like a candle close, good in the range, like that's why I got in, and then it closed back in above the range, and then you have this candle just wake up and smash down, and you just don't know what it's going to do.
Yeah, that's the problem. Yeah, I think though, if you start to get breaks of, like you said, 950 anywhere into there, then yeah, I'd start looking at managing that position. But apart from that, I mean, you just got to allow for that it's pulling back, you know what I mean, to the same area to potentially continue. Let's look at GN quick.
Nothing on that today.
Nah, GN's just ranging today. But, I mean, you could look for further upside after the 4 hours flipped. So that's above the 30-minute resistance. But
yeah,
that's the only real opportunity that there is at the minute, because I mean, even then I don't really like that. I'd rather take sells after seeing this support creation again, a break of here. I'd rather look for sells for that 4 hour, same kind of idea with GJ, to come back into the range, and then you've got an easy target here, and then once we break that, it is easy moves to the downside.
Makes sense.
But it's nothing new. And my lover's honesty, I can push it back down if I have to.
But yeah, we've seen
Yeah, if it
7
does
a.m.
play
do
out.
some madnesses.
Yeah, like if this does play out, obviously this is good for me because I haven't been holding moves like this much before.
No.
It's very new to me to be able to like let it come into like 50 drawdown and still hold the trade.
Yeah, of course. I know the feeling. I have done that a few times.
I've still got faith in the analysis.
Yeah. Trust your analysis, right?
Yeah.
But even if it doesn't win, it doesn't really matter. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's all about the same approach day in, day out. But yeah, that's nice to see this rejection now from the top of the range. Like I said, if we start getting breaks down now, man's gonna be entering, and YouTube know because I've been saying since the start of the stream.
Yeah. And you just waited for. Yeah, it's much better. It is much better to wait, obviously, after 60 plus we're looking forward to.
Yeah.
And, not
Yeah.
worry about the price of it.
Yeah. But either way, like, it just depends on your preference, doesn't it? Because you could take the sell early, put stops in the right place, and just hold. You're not even caring. Or you got someone like me who's got the same idea but just hasn't executed because they're waiting for just a little bit extra confirmation so that they don't have to sort of hold this drawdown. Because I like to execute when I expect the next
Neutral way.
candle. Yeah, I expect the next candle to continue my way. I wouldn't be surprised though if this next 15-minute comes back to 960 and then starts to come down, but we'll see. I wouldn't be surprised.
This 5 minute could easily, if this is like a wick on like down the 5 minute, nasty.
Yeah, 1 minute 50 to find out. Oh, we got a subscriber. Thank you very much, Hamidri. Thank you, Hamidri. Himadri, sorry. Thank you very much. Slow the music. Slow the music. Does that mean turn it down? I can't.
Is it a type of music? Maybe it doesn't like it.
Yeah, alright, I'll change it. Let's do some chill hip hop. Let's change it. Oh, really? That's not YouTube safe, that one. Is this one safe? Let's go with that one. Yeah, I've turned it down a little bit, but I can't really do much. I don't want it to be too quiet, you know what I'm saying? Otherwise everyone expects me to talk all the time, especially when nobody else in the YouTube.
Nice, yeah, nice to see what other people are looking at. Even if it is another pair.
Yeah. David. Hello, David. Morning. Are you funded with a prop firm or do you trade your own capital? I trade my own capital, mate. Yeah, always have done. Never, ever got funded by any prop firm or anything. Yeah, always traded my own capital, mate. Yeah, that's one thing. I'm a big believer in trading your own capital. I just can't agree with the prop firm. Yeah, I just can't agree with it, to be completely honest.
It'll be interesting to see what that Dominion funding's like that Raja is setting up.
Oh, what's that? Is that like a prop firm
Yeah, I
thing?
think it must be. It's got to be something like that.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I mean, like, for some people it suits them, but I just think, in my opinion, whatever money you're going to spend on getting funding, I think should be used to put into an account yourself and start practicing with small lots and build it up. That's my opinion. That's what I did. You know, it's almost like, I suppose it's like riding a bike and just kind of skipping that, you know, that kind of no stabilizer stage. It's kind of like just always riding with stabilizers. You gotta like step out into the, you know what I'm trying to say, innit?
Yeah. I think it suits a lot of people because they don't have the money, but the whole the process of trading is to build up your money,
Yeah.
do it the hard way in it.
Yeah.
It's more rewarding.
Oh, 100%. What exactly are you disagreeing with? I'm disagreeing with, I disagree with new traders and traders getting funded. I disagree with that. But that's okay. Like, it doesn't mean I think anything of those people. I'm not a judgmental person, but what I mean is like, I think that you should be working. The thing is, yeah, this is truly what I disagree with, is that prop firm or that capital, it's not yours. So anything that's not mine, I cannot, like, how do I say it, like, you know, when it's your money in a bank account, you know that no one else can just go and touch your money, you know what I mean? Like, that's your money. You know, I think that when somebody else has funded you, that's their money. Or even if it's whatever scheme they say or whatever, it doesn't really matter. Fact of the matter is, you can get booted, you can get, you know, like, it can change for you so quickly. But when it's your money, you're in complete control. That's what I'm trying to get to. Do you know what I mean? And it's that feeling of complete control that I think is the most important thing. You know, having somebody else completely in control of your funds, you know, it's not your money, basically. And if it's not your money, it means that there could be trouble down the line. You know, I'm not saying any prop firms are going to do anything to anybody, but you get the principle that there's the potential. And I don't like to leave things like that on the table. You know, it would be like if my broker funded me. You know, I wouldn't want to. Yeah, how can you trust them fully? You couldn't. You know, I don't trust anybody, right? So why am I going to trust some, you know, stranger firm with funds, and that you paid for, which could have been money to put towards improving your own trading ability? But obviously, if somebody likes that, I tell you where prop firms can work. I tell you where they can work, because I know a few people that have done it this way, and I don't see, like, I still wouldn't do it, but I have a less of a disagreement with it, is those who got their own capital, their own funding, they're doing well, they've been profitable for a while, and they want to invest a small proportion of their profits into getting a funded account, and to, like, copy that, you know what I'm saying? So have the two accounts running and using one as a, like, that I wouldn't say is such a bad idea, you know, trying to have a second income. Because if it doesn't work out, you're like, oh well, I've still got my fully, you know, loaded capital that I've got, right? But if it's somebody else's money and you're solely reliant on that, it's very dangerous. But yeah, GJ is just not taking anything.
Sure.
I think this is going to probably be a no trading day for me today. Because until I start seeing solid opportunities, I'm just sitting on my hands today. And it's fun building an account, is like you seeing your progress. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, there's so many things to it. But yeah, that's all I've got to say on it, really. Obviously, you know, we're all individuals and we're all entitled to choose and make our own decisions, so of course we don't always agree with things. Yeah, we're now starting to create support back above that little resistance area.
5 minutes, not looking good.
No.
You need to see rejections quick time.
Yeah.
Around it.
Yeah.
I don't want to be, obviously, like, holding this for ages.
No, of course. Yeah, see, the problem I have with this situation is the fact that we came up to this area, we found rejection, but we closed above here, which we failed to do previously, and now we're filling it and breaking. Yeah. But that doesn't mean I would look for.
Very close.
Yeah. I mean, you got to stick to what what you've been looking at. But for me, I wouldn't want to take buys off this 30-minute. If this closed above, I wouldn't want to just jump in buys like that, because we could easily have a candle like you've seen probably a few times this week during London, where open or coming into open, we just start smashing down, you know. And what would we do if we start getting candles like that? Well, you know. But yeah, if that 4-hour candle, let's say this range was created, yeah, above that whole resistance, 4-hour resistance, and the 4-hour candle didn't close back inside that 4-hour range, then that would have been a good opportunity there to take buys. To say, okay, this was the high created above the resistance, and there's your support formation solidly that gives you an opportunity to push up and then see if we're going to break. But because of the previous 4-hour doing what it did, until we actually close above here, we're still very much in a bearish bias. So this range is just created really in and around an area where we don't know. We don't know what the higher time frames yet are trying to do. We've only got the previous 4-hour as an information to say we should be rejecting, but it might want to come all the way up to here to find that wick. We just, you just don't know. But you can only assess what's in front of you. And based on what's in front of you, we basically have a resistance here. We created the support, closed back in the range, and now we're making our way to the top of the range. But that doesn't mean necessarily, oh, buys above here, sells below here. Well, sells below here, yeah, because we have 4-hour on our side. Buys above here is going to be very difficult because we've got all this rejection to the left, and we don't know what's going to happen as we make our way to that area. So I'd probably want to see some form of a support formed above, probably above 152, in order for me to want to take a buy.
Yeah, support above is good, I think.
Yeah.
Just previously you closed above, 152 a lot. You've not really been able to form solid support.
Not bullish higher time frame.
No.
I'm not bullish. It's just a case of, yeah, we're in that kind of just area, really. Whenever we're at a low point like this, on the 4-hour, it's a 4-hour, you can just see the choppiness within the price action. You're trying to come down, up, you can see that. So it's to be honest, anywhere really below here is potential for rejection to come down. Obviously this is your current low, and this is a mid-range kind of support level. So obviously your easiest selling opportunity is going to be below here, because once we break that support, where are we going to go? Well, we're going to retest the low, right? Potentially break it. But what about breaking above the resistance? Well, until we're above these wicks, you don't know if we're going to have the same rejection as we did there before. There's your problem, and this is why this type of area is very difficult to trade. Someone from a 4-hour perspective would say, right, I ain't touching it until we're above here. Once we start seeing candles, on lower time frame, maybe leaving this zone to create candles leaving that rejection point, then I'm not gonna touch it. Same way they might not want to take sells until we're back below here, because this area we could still pull up to the top of the range, etc. It looks like it's one of them days for GJ, to be honest.
Yeah, it was due.
Yeah, but the 30-minute closure back in the range, that was the only opportunity for the 7.5 pip stop. And obviously you definitely got 1-to-1, but that weren't really a good opportunity, to be honest, based off of what the previous 4-hour did. If it didn't do that, then yeah, maybe. If we respected the previous range, I would say yeah, it's probably a good shot. But yeah, I was going to say though, thank you David as well for making the effort to come and at least ask a question. I do try and encourage people to create discussion. So thank you for that. It's very hard to just sit here for 2 hours straight, not talking to anybody.
Yeah.
Well, obviously me and Kelsey, but nobody in the YouTube really chatting.
Makes it more interactive, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's what it's about. That's
Everyone.
what it's about. That is what it's about. GJ.
Hard is like, I know it might be close about this 4 hour level now, but like, yeah, they have like this whole 152 area where you can just see slips rejection.
Yeah, I mean, look, if you have your stop loss above that area, you have to stick to the
Yeah.
fact that you're saying it has to.
Yeah,
I mean, it's different if the 30-minute actually breaks above the range, but I mean, right now, well, it closed below, so yeah. I mean, you just got your trade was more of a swing position, so you're having to expect you're having to expect this to be the top wick to come down, basically. So you're just saying, look, as long as it just cannot break those wicks.
What I don't like is that every time you open on a 15-minute, you're always pulling back first, which is leaving bottom wicks.
Yeah.
We don't want to see that. Yeah, see, because I think open, if we can't close above here before open can smash down. You know what? Yeah, is anyone else in any trades? Anyone's in any moves?
I don't know, Kelsey. It's like getting blood out of a stone, mate.
Good guy. See.
Man, what's with this music? I feel like I'm in a Disney film or something. Is anybody else? Let's try Anjuna Beats. Oh. So the only one that's not... This is the only one that's YouTube safe. That's crazy. It's a bit dead, really. If anybody else on YouTube knows of any other good music for like YouTube safe, please tell me. At least tell me that, because obviously this pretzel is, yes.
Is it limited? There's so many tunes there, aren't there?
Yeah, these are not my type of songs in it, but oh well. What time are you heading off, mate?
About probably just after 8, I reckon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. 8 for you as well, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, someone replied to your not yet, possibly short and below 151, 800 or 1 hour close above 152. Makes sense? Yeah, I think below 800, that's a definite. Above 152, yeah, it's still going to be tricky though, because of all this rejection to the left. But I think you could, yeah, there's probably still an opportunity. I just personally would want to see like a nice support creation above this resistance. That would give me a good confidence to say, okay, maybe we can actually push through this zone. But until then, I would just presume that, you know, anything coming into here could be very dangerous. I mean, look, I think we'd all much rather take sells below 0.800 to look to continue down. I think that's what we'd all rather do. for sure.
Yeah, could we wait until like 8:30 at least to that maybe happen?
Oh, you'll be until 8:30.
That may happen like after around 8:30ish.
Oh, I see.
Below,
So
if that's the wait for something.
yeah.
Yeah, maybe this ain't looking good.
No, it's pushing up a bit too much. Yeah.
It's weird. It's just making these wicks, but then it's still coming to this area. So, let's see. Look at that 5 minute.
Let's have a look. Oh yeah.
No, well,
Yeah, all these wicks are coming from the downside. That's obviously not what's showing good sign. But I think you have to be patient with it.
yeah, I can't have my stops any higher.
Nah.
Like,
to be honest, if it's in a position where your stops, like let's put it this way, if you close now, yeah, you might save a little bit. Obviously that is a managing risk, but there's always that your analysis was it had to not break those wicks on the 4 hour. You know what I'm saying? So I suppose.
And I haven't got major signal on my 30 yet either.
No, so
But like 9:57, 9:60ish.
yeah, then just be patient with it. But yeah, looks like no trades really here today on stream. It's just a shame. Thought we could have had I was hoping for a nice position here today. Oh, GN just dropped out of nowhere. Look at that
And the back half as
retracement.
well.
Yeah. Tell you what though. If this 30-minute candle flips, boy, that could be a nice move on GN. I don't like.
Do you think you've got to wait for wicks?
Yeah, I've realised
Quite a
that.
lot.
Yeah, wicks
Yeah.
a lot. So if this was me now, I'd say I'd probably put a sell stop below there. That would be the safest thing to do. Put a sell stop below there, and then you can have stops above that 30-minute, and you should be good to come down to this support to the left. I'll tell you what, we'll do a little paper trade. I'll put a little sell stop. I don't do sell stops, but if you get confirmation and then you see that after you've missed the confirmation, you can put a little sell stop and just say, yeah, if we start breaking that low. So yeah, a little sell stop below here. Make it a bit lower. GJ just still. Yeah, we want to start.
How open? In case we do close above, it could easily fake out.
Yeah, that's the thing. Could easily fake out. That's why I'm not going to be looking to just take buys on a closure here above. I feel like that's too risky.
It's quite a big range in it. No?
Yeah, so you'd be looking at a. Oh, that's quite a big. Well, for GN, that's normal. 36 to 50. Right, people, I'm going to be back in a few mins, but I'll leave it on GM. I'll be back in about 5 minutes. Oh, yeah, I'll be back in 5. 2 seconds.
Lips, it tasted like those cigarettes. Staring at the moon, we'd go to bed. In my arms, you're safe and sound, without a threat. And I can't wait to see what happens next. How far can we get if we sail a little bit high?
Yeah, Ray, with that, I feel like with a normal account, you've got to be disciplined and consistent regardless. So I don't think having a funded account is going to make you consistent. You either are or you're not. And yeah, I think, you know, if you can pass it, it's a great thing because you obviously get the money back. But if you actually look at like certain prop firms that actually show you results of how their, you know, people that are trying to get funded have done in terms of passing, you know, the first challenge, I think it's like 10%, and then the second one, which is like 5%. And then how many of them people that get through the first two actually manage to get their first withdrawal? It's a very small percent. I think it's under 5%. So it kind of checks out with like, you know, 5% of 10% of traders are profitable, the rest are losing money. and because you're attracting more desperate people who are trying to get funded, you know, it's obviously a great way for them to make money, but at the cost of, you know, newer traders. But yeah, if you've got the money and you've got another account yourself, you want to link them together and you can make more money from that, then, you know, you might as well go for it. But otherwise, you know, it's difficult. I think it just restricts you. They have certain rules. Some aren't the worst, but there's certain rules that can definitely put you off wanting to carry on with them. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, very low pass rate. Yeah, so is it a month, 20 trading days to get that 10%? 5% max daily loss. Yeah, it's hard. If you're trying to risk more percent, it's going to make it difficult to kind of not, you know, take that drawdown. And the more drawdown you get, the more you're going to worry about it as well. Because if you have 5% drawdown the first week, then it's a 15% challenge. It's not a 10% anymore. And what's hard is when you're trading with higher lots on these accounts, if you're not used to that, psychologically that's hard as well. The 22nd of December, I'll have a little check for you. What I'm seeing that. But yeah, GJ's currently, it's looking better now. Obviously I'm in sales, but yeah, need this to really start pulling down now, because I don't want open to end up smashing back up. So say about the 200 to 700 watch on December. Yeah, I'm looking at the 4 hour back from December, the 22nd, the 151, 200 to 152. Yeah, see, I mean, it looks like a clean range. Back in the day, we had clean moves coming up. And obviously I'm not too sure what you're trying to say, but at the moment we're consolidating purely off the fact that I think we had such a big push on Friday that we're just halting to start of the week. But I think, you know, as William comes in, we should break out of this area. But yeah, GJ is picking up some volume. Just leaving wicks to the downside. Yeah, we'll see how this closes. But yeah, I think once we're above, like we should, if this 4 hour does end up closing bullish above this area, we should push further up. But as H was saying, every time we've made like a bullish candle in this range, we're then coming back with a bearish candle and vice versa. I think what we'd do with GJ actually is probably still push up with this 15 and then open could maybe push down. That could be quite likely. That's interesting of FTMO. If you can't trade at certain times where there's probably high volatility to make you be able to make more money, that is obviously going to restrict yourself, because with your normal account you're not going to have that issue. And yeah, I hope that answered your question. Just let me know if you did. and I was holding a bit of crypto, but yeah, I got out. I actually got out of some, and currently don't actually hold any. I don't think H does either. I've seen they've been they had a big job, didn't they, a couple of weeks ago? Yeah, I'm not too sure what we're going to do. I just got out because I just started to feel like from the highs that we had, it was just inflated. I feel like it was a lot of hype more than anything. Now, I'm not really into the crypto too much, but you can see now we're pulling back quite hard, and obviously it's probably got something to do with the whole fundamentals. But we could just keep dropping it for a while. Obviously, we had that bull market. The last year, this year so far, it's just been bearish candles on most of the cryptos. But Bitcoin's doing all right today. I've leveled up a little bit. I keep my eye on some of them, but I don't actually really get in them often. But I do want to collect some in the future to hold long term, for sure. Okay, GN's nearly flipping, but I just can't quite get there. So anyone been looking at gold or trade gold? I saw we nearly made that new high yesterday. Be interesting this week if we can actually break that. I think it's at like 2075. Here we come close yesterday. Obviously, if we can find some more support in today, I don't see why we couldn't. And it'll be interesting to see if we keep pushing up further or if we do get some reactions around here. I've been just like looking at gold the last few months, so quite new to it, but definitely could just keep pumping with everything that's going on. Yeah, that whole demo account thing is it's weird because obviously it feels like you're trading that money, and in a way you are, but in a way you're not. But I feel like they could make their own demo accounts with artificial spreads that seem close to real as possible. I suppose that would just cost more money though. Oh yeah, gold. Yeah, as I said, I just started looking at it recently. I don't actually trade it in London. I normally look from the 10 a.m. candle, which is normally after I finish trading GJ. I found London to be quite difficult with gold. I really prefer NY Open and stuff like that. And yeah, I mean, with GJ normally, like, you can get quite good volume really anywhere in and around open. A lot of moves happen before open as well, like 7, half 7, and then the odd occasion you do get moves at like 6 a.m. and then normally you get continuations, like you'll make a high or low, you pull back, and then you get like a support resistance on like the 15-minute candle normally in London a bit later on at like 9, half 9 in the morning. But there's normally good volume at open. So if you do get an option at open, It's sometimes wise to wait for a wick. It can be quite volatile, but it's just good to learn in it. You understand when the volume starts to come in and what setups look good. But yeah, opens definitely. Move that you wanted, and then you can go about your day after that. Yeah, I hate shipping back before open anyway. Nobody does. Yeah, GN's flip now. I mean, it should come down. That's a fat wick. King candle's coming down to the left. The only thing is, it didn't quite close. It closed below its support level. It didn't quite close below the 30-minute supports to the left, though. Looks like it closed right at it. I'm not too sure how that's going to work.
Yo, I'm back.
Go.
Oh, GN.
Yeah, GN. It's a big wick though.
Yeah, keep an eye on that.
Plastic wick.
That's probably like 10 pips already. Oh no, it's like 6. Oh, we've got a bit of chat going on here. What's going on?
Yeah, no, it's weird. You've left and everyone's like talking.
They don't want me here. I think funding would be a great choice because you will have to be disciplined and consistent. Yeah, there is that to it. Plus, if you have talented, you won't lose anything. Fees plus bonus will be refunded once you pass the challenge. It's actually free. Yeah, you could look at it like that. Like I say, if you like that idea, then go for it. Very low pass rate. The 5% daily loss is hard when you have to risk to make the 10% part. Yeah, see, I don't understand that, how they can set these kind of conditions.
So you don't pass.
Yeah, like 10% pass. Like a 10% is quite a lot. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, the average hedge fund does what, 10% a year? Yeah. So, I mean, that's also you got to think about. Can I ask you guys' opinion on GJ 4 hour? Although there's a clean 4 hour candle above 151, 200 up to 152. What's your opinion on the 4 hour trouble area on the 22nd of December?
I kind of spoke about that a little bit.
Oh, did you? What did
you
anyway.
Well, it looks like it's been canned back in 22nd of December, like to come up. But I just said, like, it seems like now we're having trouble around here just because of how much we moved on Friday. We're just getting some consolidation.
Oh, is he talking about over here?
Yeah.
Yeah, well.
The 4 hour though.
Yeah, I'm on the 4 hour. Oh no, I'm on the 30-minute. Shit. Oh, I see. Yeah, I think it's just a different area now, though. That's the problem. Back then, I mean, look at the consolidation we had before we broke up. I mean, look at that, though. We broke above that area. Last time we came above here in December, we broke above that area. We faked out to come all the way back to the lows to then make our way to create support to continue up.
Yeah.
So that's why I just think, yeah, I don't know. I'm still looking for sells though. Still looking for sells. I just think buys, you'd want to see a support forming lower time frame above here with something to target, rather than just trying to take a buy aimlessly over here, and then when a big red candle comes down, you just end up thinking, oh, damn. I've just seen that too many times in this type of area. It just becomes too difficult to try and take that sort of trade.
Yeah, we took a lot of losses before above that area like that.
Yeah, like that. Yeah, not understanding that you need to be a little bit more cautious. Also, like FTMO has restricted trading events where you're not allowed to trade during those times. Yeah, see, that's the other thing as well. Like, then they get to dictate things like that. You know, if you had your own account, you can do what you want. You can trade news, you can trade whatever. Do you guys hold any crypto? No, I don't. Kelsey does, I think.
Nah, I said I did, and I got out.
Oh, right.
Luckily, before I started dropping.
Really?
Yeah, I made a little bit. I got in quite late, but
at least you made a little something, right?
sure.
Their reasoning is that since you are on demo account trading during a high impact news event, you are taking advantage of artificially low spreads on that demo you don't get live. That's a good point. I don't normally come in on London Open. Are you mainly just looking at volume surge on pound pairs, or do you also look at gold spot? We look at gold as well, but mainly just focus on pound pairs during London session. But we know that gold can do a little something during London as well. But yeah, mainly look at mainly focus on pound pairs during the London session.
Having a truth.
Yeah, it's coming. Oh shit! Yeah, man, I'm still gonna have to wait a little piece here.
I'm bored of this trade.
Yeah, you've been sat in this for 2 hours.
Just wanted to do something.
Oh mate, it's coming. Imagine being that much drawdown and within that short amount of time. It's already moving back to your entry. Yeah, but this gives me an opportunity to look for breaks of this 0.800 now that we've got actual volume.
Still. This could be a bottom wick on the 1 hour. Very
Could
unsure.
be. It could
But
be.
we respected that level though, that 950 level.
Yeah, let's just see. I mean, for me, if I get a close below 820, then that's different. That would eradicate that for me. But until then, yeah, anything is just range until we get closures below there. I'm in the US West, so it's about midnight for me. I did really well on GJ at the London Open yesterday. Oh, nice. Well done, Glenn. Very nice. Very, very nice. Patrick, the second half was good. Second half of what? I'm not sure what you mean. But GN's looking solid to continue down as well. Yeah, definitely now, if I was in GN's, well, I'd be moving the stops from here to the high of that candle. I'll be moving it down to above that wick, expecting this new 30-minute to clean that range now. That's what you'd have to expect with GN. But it's looking very nice, because with sell stops it works a little bit, you know, you want to you want that position to go into profit very quickly, and then you want to get your stops to break even very quickly. So probably as you start coming into them like rejection wicks, you could look at going break even there. GJ just sort of doing the dance, not really making his mind up right now.
Annoying, because I've got to come off in a minute. I want to have to let this play out.
Yeah, you're just gonna have to just come off and hope for the best. Yeah, I'm gonna have to jump off in a sec myself anyway. So yeah, so anyway guys, that is me done for the day. So you guys know we've already prepped you lot enough today to know what you should be waiting for. Sells below 820s, 800s should be good for downside. Support formed above 152 should offer good upside. But it's gonna have to be very solid support, because otherwise you risk getting faked out. But obviously as we come into volume, it could work out nicely. So just have to wait and see. But yeah, I'll be looking for this 15-minute, hopefully to break 820s, and it could offer a good opportunity. But yeah, just have to be careful. And then obviously we discussed GN sells, so hopefully GN sells can play out nicely. But yeah, as each candle, Glenn said, I'm in GN now, moving my stops down to the top of each wick as it moves. Yeah, not a bad shout. I definitely think stops can be moved from up over there to that current 30-minute wick. Oh, sorry, the previous 30-minute wick. But yeah, you also want to see this kind of area respected as resistance as well. Looking on the 15-minute time frame, I'll be paying attention to this fresh resistance that's been created here. So that level is now going to be very important. We want to see that respected, and candles leaving this area now to continue down. It's going to be better. But yeah, thanks very much. Appreciate it. And we'll be back tomorrow morning. So thanks everyone for coming on. Appreciate it. Much better discussion as well. So thank you to those who did make the effort to create discussion towards the end. Appreciate that. So yeah. Glenn, I'm watching on 30-minute, but watching for any rejection in the current price. Yeah, not a bad chart, mate. Just want to keep an eye on that. But yeah, alright guys, much appreciated. Hopefully GN should be really nice to come down. Just need that little bit of push of volume. Once it breaks that 30-minute low, that should be really nice to start pushing down. And when GN moves quick. GN moves nice and quick. Thanks for your tips. No problem, mate. Thank you, Glenn. Take care. Was you going to say something, Kelsey? Sorry.
Yeah, no, GN, it just doesn't move, and then all of a sudden, in 2 minutes, it'll be pushed.
Oh yeah, it just like does this, and then it just goes, just drops. But yeah, alright, wicked. Thank you, YouTube. Have a great day. Hopefully we called out, hopefully GN cells play out, and that would have been a nice, at least we got to call that out for today. But we'll see, always broken that 30-minute low now, so it should be good. So from the sell stop entry, yeah, you're moving up about 9ish. So yeah, we'll see. Alright, cool. Thank you, YouTube. Take care. See you tomorrow. Have a good rest of your trading day. Thank you very much. And make sure you like the stream and make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel.